Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Lucy left home about 8:30, and she hadn't got further than the garden gate when a big black bird dropped a stone from the sky, left Lucy there on the path to die. Lucy jumped up and shook her fist, saying, "Here's another girl from the town you've missed." But she looked again and she was alone, nothing on the ground but a feather and a stone.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
At the edge of the wood where the grass is wet, up jumped a man with a clarinet. Blew a note both loud and clear and left it hanging in Lucy's ear. Aunt Lucy Broadwood was quite impressed, closed her eyes and started to undress, turned 3 times around and the man wasn't there. All she could do was stand and stare.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Lucy went further than she knew she should till she came to a house in the middle of the wood. The doors were bolted and the windows barred, but she thought she heard the voice of her ma. So she called out, "Mother, I know you're in there." Up went the cry through the still green air. If Mother was there, she never heard. The only sound was the screech of a bird.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Lucy didn't know which way to turn when a bush behind her started to burn. She thought of Moses and the Holy Book, turned around to have a look. And who should it be but the devil in black? He blasted out of the ground with a crack, hoisted her up on his humpy shoulder and carried her off to hell like a boulder.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood got lost in the dark.
Hell was hot, and what is more, hell was a terrible, terrible bore. She didn't think she could last the night, so she opened the door and turned on the light. The bulb fused out with a fizz and a crack, and the door slammed shut on Lucy's back. Up flew the kite, down fell the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood was lost in the dark.
Up flies the kite, down falls the lark. Aunt Lucy Broadwood